Hearing Radio Neetshala, and this is your host Suyashi Vineeth. This is the second part of structural organization in animals. So let's start 7.3 Earthworms. Earthworm is a reddish brown terrestrial invertebrate that inhabits the upper layer of moist soil. During daytime, they live in burrows made by boring and swallowing the soil. In the gardens, they can be traced by their fecal deposits, which is known as worm castings. The common Indian earthworms are Ferretima and Lumbricus. 7.3.1 Morphology. Earthworms have a long cylindrical body. The body is divided into more than 100 short segments which are similar, metameres about 100 to 120 in number. The dorsal surface of the body is marked by dark median mid-dorsal line, dorsal blood vessel along the longitudinal axis of the body. The ventral surface is distinguished by the presence of genital openings, the pores. The anterior end consists of mouth and the prostomium, a lobe which serves as a covering for mouth and as a wedge to force open cracks in the soil into which earthworm may crawl. The prostomium is sensory in function. I repeat, the prostomium is sensory in function. The first body segment is called peristomium. Peristomium, buccal segment which contains the mouth. In mature worm, segments 14 to 16 are covered by a prominent dark band of glandular tissue called clitellum. Thus, the body is divisible into three prominent regions: preclitellar, clitellar, and postclitellar segments. Four pairs of spermathecal apertures are situated on the ventrolateral sides of the intersegmental grooves, that is, 5th to 9th segment. A single female genital pore is present in the midventral line of 14th segment. A pair of male genital pores is present on the ventrolateral side of the 18th segment. Numerous minute pores called nephridiopores open on the surface of body. In each body segment except, I repeat, in each body segment except the first, last and clitellum, there are rows of S-shaped setae embedded in the epidermal pits in the middle of each segment. Setae can be extended or retracted. Their principal role is in locomotion. 7.3.2 Anatomy. The body wall of earthworm is covered externally by thin non-cellular cuticle, below which is the epidermis, two muscle layers, circular and longitudinal, and the innermost coelomic epithelium. The epidermis is made up of a single layer of columnar epithelial cells which contain secretory gland cells. I'll repeat this sentence once again. The epidermis is made up of a single layer of columnar epithelial cells which contain secretory gland cells. The alimentary canal is a straight tube and runs between first to last segment of the body. A terminal mouth opens into the buccal cavity 1 to 3 segment, which leads into the muscular pharynx. A small narrow tube, esophagus, 5th to 7th segment, continues into muscular gizzard 8 to 9th segment. It helps in grinding the soil particles and decaying leaves, etc. The stomach extends from ninth to 14th segment. The food of earthworm is decaying leaves and organic matter mixed with soil. Calciferous glands present in the stomach neutralizes the humic acid present in humus. Intestine starts from the 15th segment onwards and continues till last segment. A pair of short and conical intestinal ceca project from the intestine on the 26th segment. The characteristic feature of intestine between 26 to 35 segment is the presence of internal median fold of dorsal wall called Typhlosold. I repeat, called Typhlosold. The characteristic feature of the intestine between 26 to 35 segment is the presence of internal median fold of dorsal wall called Typhlosold. This increases the effective area of absorption in the intestine. The alimentary canal opens into the exterior by a small round aperture called anus. The ingested organic rich soil passes through the digestive tract where digestive enzymes break down complex food into smaller absorbable units. These simpler molecules are absorbed through intestinal membrane and are utilized. Pheretima exhibits a closed type of blood vascular system consisting of blood vessels, capillaries, and a heart. Due to closed circulatory system, blood is confined to heart and blood vessels. Contractions keep blood circulating in one direction. Smaller blood vessels supply the gut, nerve cord, and the body wall. Blood glands are present on the 4th, 5th, and 6th segments. They produce blood cells and hemoglobin, which is dissolved in blood plasma. Blood cells are phagocytic in nature. Earthworms lack specialized breathing devices. Respiratory exchange occurs through moist body surface in their body stream. I'll repeat. Respiratory exchange occurs through moist body surface into their bloodstream. This is the closed circulatory system diagram 7.11. The excretory organs occur as segmentally arranged coiled tubules called nephridia, singular nephridium. They are of three types. Septal nephridia present on both sides of intersegmental septa of segment 15 to the last that open into intestine. Second, integumentary nephridia attached into the lining of the body wall of segment 3 to the last that open on the body surface. And third is the pharyngeal nephridia present as three paired tufts in the 4th, 5th and 6th segment. These different type of nephridia are basically similar in structure. So I'll repeat this paragraph once again. The excretory organ occur as segmentally arranged coiled tubules called nephridia. Singular will be nephridium. They are of three types. First, septal nephridia present on both sides of intersegmental septa of segment 15 to the last that opens into intestine. Second, integumentary nephridia attached to the lining of the body wall of segment 3 to the last that open on the body surface. And third is the pharyngeal nephridia present as three paired tufts in the 4th, 5th and 6th segments. These different types of nephridia are basically similar in structure. Nephridia regulate the volume and composition of the body fluids. A nephridium starts out as a funnel that collects excess fluid from coelomic chamber. The funnel connects with a tubular part of the nephridium which delivers the waste through a pore on the surface in the body wall into the digestive tube. Nervous system is basically represented by ganglia arranged segment-wise on the ventral paired nerve cord. The nerve cord in the anterior region, third and fourth segment bifurcates laterally, encircling the pharynx and joins the cerebral ganglia dorsally to form a nerve ring. The cerebral ganglia, along with other nerves in the ring, integrate sensory input as well as command muscular responses of the body. Now the sensory system do not have eyes but possess light and touch sensitive organs, the receptors to distinguish the light intensities and to feel the vibrations in the ground. Worms have a special chemoreceptor, taste receptor, which react to chemical stimuli. These sense organs are located on the anterior part of the worm. Earthworm is hermaphrodite, that is bisexual. That is, testes and ovaries are present in the same individual. I will repeat this sentence once again. Earthworms is a hermaphrodite which is bisexual, that is, testes and ovaries are present in the same individual. There are two pairs of testes present in the 10th and 11th segment. Their vasa efferentia runs up to the 18th segment where they join the prostatic duct. Two pairs of accessory glands are present, one pair in each 17th and 19th segments. The common prostate and spermatic duct vary differential open into the exterior by a pair of male genital pores on the ventrolateral side of the 18th segment. Four pairs of spermatheca located in 6th to 9th segment, one pair in each segment. They receive and store spermatozoa during copulation. One pair of ovaries is attached at the intersegmental septum of 12th and 13th segment. Ovarian funnels are present beneath the ovaries which continue into oviduct, joined together and open on the ventral side as a single median female genital pore on the 14th segment. A mutual exchange of sperm occurs between two worms during mating. One worm has to find the other worm and they mate juxtaposing opposite gonadal openings, exchange packets of sperms called spermatophores. Mature sperm and egg cells and nutritive fluid are deposited in the cocoons produced by the gland cells of clitellum. Fertilization and development occur within cocoons which are deposited in soil. The ova are fertilized by sperms within the cocoon, which then slips off the worm and is deposited in or on the soil. The cocoon hold the worm embryos. After about 3 weeks, each cocoon produces 2 to 20 baby worms with an average of 4. Earthworm's development is direct, that is, there is no larva formation. Earthworms are known as friends of farmers, which we already know, we have learned about this, है ना? So earthworms are known as friends of farmers because they make burrows in soil and make it porous, which help in the respiration and penetration of the developing plant roots. The process of increasing fertility of soil by earthworms is called vermicomposting. They are also used as bait in the game fishing. So this was all about earthworms, and in next session we will have about cockroach and frogs.